So, inner edges of your feet are boxed. A nice straight line directly under your hip sockets as always. Stretch out your toes, stretch out your fingers. Some space between the digits. Nice. And then close your eyes. We're going to circle round. Little movement round we go. Good. Nice. Just exploring whether there's any aspect of that circle that you're avoiding or find more tricky, and whether you need to kind of squeeze your tummy a little bit more to get you into that bit. And as you circle, let's start to get our posture and our energy levels up by drawing up on your knees and your thighs and engaging your pelvic floor and your bottom. Low part of your tummy scooped in and up, and the waist starting to lengthen and lift. There's the natural traction through your spine by using the internal muscles. And with that lift and with that lengthen, the collarbones start to open out and the arms just dangle. And then you can retract your chin, make the back of the neck long. And then pause in the middle. Equal weight between both feet, ankles, hips, both sides of your lower back. Retract your chin, give me 5. 5 chins. Ease off a bit, inhale. Exhale, pull back. You're still squeezing your legs. Ease off a smidge, turn your face to the right, squeeze it there as far as it'll go without any pain or discomfort. Drop your chin down. If you can, take it across your chest and around to your left. Heart up, inhale. And then down and across and around to your right. Left shoulder held back. Inhale. Nice. Down and across we go and around to your left. Right shoulder held back. Face center, left ear to left shoulder. Have a not circle or move. And then leaving your head on one side, circle the right shoulder, lift it up, roll it back, press it down. So all of these are anchor moves, you know, they just get you in the zone, get you back in the classroom, get your body thinking, oh, okay, it's time to release, time to let go. It's time to observe what's going on, what feels tight, why would that be? One more time round and reach down. Good, roll the chin down into the middle of your chest. So you're looking down, bend your knees, inhale. We're going to do half a roll down, head, neck, shoulders. Slide your hands down towards your knees. And when you get there, bend your knees some more, stick your bottoms out. And then lift your tail, let the head float up into a cat curl. Shoulders are back, heart is lifted. You're pressing onto your legs quite a bit. And then tuck your pelvis under around your back, tail under, head down. Release, tail, pelvis, waist. Stick your bottom out, feel a bit of a hamstring stretch. Keep the weight forwards in your foot. Don't just sink back into your heels. Round. One more time. Tail, pelvis, waist, shoulders back, heart up. Tail, pelvis. Let your head hang tummy in and roll up. When you get to the top, sweep your arms out and up. Look up. Bring your arms wide. Roll your shoulders around. Nice. Feet parallel. Zip everything up. Right ear to right shoulder. Nod circle, move in a way that feels good. And then when you found a good stretch for you, circle your opposite shoulder round. So if your head's gone right, it's your left shoulder that's going to lift, roll back and press down. Take a few breaths while you're doing this. One more time. Reach down. Inhale. Roll the chin down into the middle of your chest. Soft knees, inhale. We're going to roll all the way down. Head, neck, shoulders. Now, if you don't wish to roll, if you're worried about your back, then hands on legs, or maybe stop part way, or maybe just bend your knees more. And then when you get to wherever you can, you're going to pick up the band and roll back up with it in your one hand. Roll, 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 restack. Sweep your arms out and up and look up. Bring your arms wide. Roll your shoulders around. Good. And then grab your band for me and stand on the middle of it. So we're going to Just let it be on the floor, feet together. Or if you feel your balance isn't so good, you might have your feet a bit wider. If you want to, Joe, you can have your feet wider. And you're going to hold the ends of your bands. Now, this is where you think, I wish I'd got a longer band. If it's really sloppy and you've got loads of pudding, you need to hold it lower down so there is some tension on it before you set off. Yeah, or wrap your hands around if you need to, but there wants to be a little bit of tension so that your shoulder blades are being drawn down your back and your arms are by your side and your heart is lifted. We're going to side bend. So take a breath in, sit up tall, stand up tall. And then right ear to right shoulder. Keep the shoulder girdle square to the front and lift out of your waist before peeling over to your right. Now, yes, it's a side bend on the left and you're using the band to pull down, so it's kind of resisted. Don't let the right side just collapse. Lift up and over. And now roll up through the waist first, then the ribs, then the shoulder girdle, then the neck, then the head. Inhale. Lift up, left ear to left shoulder. Keep that feeling of lift up. You don't just do that by shoving your ribs out. You lift up by using your pelvic floor and your deep internal muscles, low down in your abs. So the right arm, so your left arm will have gone floppy, probably. Your right arm has now gone tight, yeah? Let your head go, Viv, if you can. Yeah. And then roll up, pelvis, waist, ribs, shoulders, neck, head, up to the top. One more time each side. Inhale. Lift up through the sternum, through the pelvic floor and the tummy. It goes head, neck, shoulders. Don't squash down the right side. Lift up and over it. Nice. Let your head go. Roll back up. Head comes up last. Take a breath in. Tighten your legs. Head, neck, shoulders. Lift up out of the left side of your waist. Feel your way down. That right shoulder is being pulled down by the band, but your head is flopping. Good. Roll up through the waist, then the ribs, then the shoulders, and finally your head comes up. Now, turn your hands over so your palms are facing backwards. So you've got your thumbs are at the top and the palms are facing backwards, if that makes sense like that. And then you're going to push back with straight arms and then bring them by your side again. Push back with straight arms. Bring them by your side. Now be careful here, Joe Thompson. If you feel you want to get rid of the band, I don't want you to be straining your tummy. So if you feel you want to put the band down, you can. Press back and release. So your heart is lifted, your ribs are tucked in. I mean, it's easy to go like that and sort of shove your rib cage out. It's not about how far you move, really. What I want you to feel is that as you move your arms back, there might be this temptation to rock forwards or for the ribs to splay. I want you to keep your torso really still and under control so that you're feeling you're in between your shoulder blades working, back of your arms squeezing. Notice if you've got one arm that wants to be kinky and see if you can keep it straight. Can you feel it working? It's kind of a mixture of triceps, so back of your upper arm, but in between your shoulder blades, underneath your shoulder blades. Keep the collarbones melting open. If it's too much, get rid of the band. Because it is quite intense, even though it's non-specific hard work. It's kind of quite intense, don't you think? Two more. Straight arms. Inhale back. Exhale, brace with the core. Back you go. Hold it here and pulse. 8, 7, 6. Collarbones open, soft neck. Chin slightly tucked in, almost down. 4, 3, 2, and release. Bend your knees, slowly take the band out, but keep hold of it. You're going to hold it like the dumb waiter, with it in between your fingers and thumb. Take the weight onto your left foot. So Joe, you might want to keep both feet down, especially if your back's at all unpredictable. But those of you that want to balance, right tippy toes go out. Find your balance. You can lift that right foot if you wish. Don't turn your feet out, Lisa. Feet are straight. Is your left one straight? Yes. Elbows in at your side and squeeze. Eagle-eyed, even from here. Elbows in at your side. I can't see your feet, Chris, so I don't know. Heart lifted, hands at waist height. Can you get your head back a bit, Chris, though, for me? Chin in, heart up. Yes, that's better. Stand tall. Take up your space in the world, man. That looks good. With or without the band, hands are at waist height. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Open into the collarbones. Tuck your ribs in, don't let them flare. Last two. Whoops. One more. And keep that leg in the air, turn your hands over, have them wider. Push outwards and go up, 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 over your head if you can, and all the way down. Up, 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 up. Keep them wide so you just skim the top of your head. And again, so you're in a balance. Push wide with your hands all the time. A little bit of tension on the band the whole time. Squeeze your standing thigh. One more time. Up and over. Drop those shoulders down, Viv. They're just looking a bit tense in the neck today. And then bring your right foot down, band out in front of you, just about shoulder width or a bit wider. Set the shoulder girdle so your shoulder blades are drawn back, chest open, watch the ribs. And squeeze your bottom. Here we go. We're going to pull the arms apart a bit. You're not trying to get the band on your chest. It's just a small bit of tension. And then bring it back. And again, now when you bring your hands back together, you don't bring them back and go sloppy. You keep tension consistently in between your shoulder blades. I want you to think of your upper back working. And even if you have to put the band down, you can resist in both directions. Squeeze. Good. Have you got one shoulder that might need waking up a bit more than the other? That band looks good and long, Peggy. No, I mean, it looks good. I want one that long. 2 more. I'm not saying you're cheating. 1 more. That would never do. And bring your arms down. Starting to feel a bit tired in the shoulders, yeah? Sorry, Liz. Palms faced up, grip with your thumb. Take the weight onto your right foot. It'll unravel your zoom neck. Left foot out in front of you. Hands at waist height, not up here. And then if you wish to balance, lift. That's good. Is your right foot straight? Looks better this side, Lisa. And then squeeze. Upper back, head up for me, Chris. Heart lifted. You can look down, but keep your head directly on top of your spine. You won't get there any faster with your head forwards. Squeeze. When you come back in, you're not losing the tension. There's a little bit of squeeze on that spine, on that band the whole time. If you can, Joe Thompson, hands a little bit lower. Good. Excellent. Tighten your front thighs, folks. Go back and stay there and pulse. 8, 7, chest open. 6, 5. Hands a bit lower, Lisa. Yes. Now keep your leg there. Hands wide. We're going up and over. I think we did it in a balance last time, didn't we? I hope we did. That's my memory of it. Push wide with your arms. So the band almost touches the top of your hair and messes your head up. There we go. That's good, Peggy. Ribs anchored down nicely. Head up, Chris. Heart up. 1 more time, up and over. You're going to skip with your band. And then foot comes down. Hands a little bit narrower, out in front of your shoulders. Have a wiggle of your hips if you need to. Are we ready? Inhale. Slide your shoulder blades towards each other. Chest height. Come back in, but keep some tension on the band. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Come back in, bit of tension on your band. Soft neck. Squeeze. Bit of tension. Try not to let your wrists do weird things like that or that. You know, keep them splinted so that the wrist is in line with the forearm. Yes. Think shoulder blades, sliding doors. Twice more. 1 more. And release. Put your band down. Are we ready, Liz? Legs out wide. Right hand on your thigh. Nelly the elephant packed a trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Throw it away. Oh, good. Throw your arm away. Just really let the back of that shoulder go. Do you know what? This is just the bee's knees. What a great stretch. Just enjoy the weight of your arm as you fling it across the room. And then you're going to catch it. Boing. It's across your body. You drop your shoulder down. You're going to bounce the baby. Burp. You've got your tummy in. Hips are still. We will be bouncing your baby next time we see you, Joe. And then keep your hips still. You're going to do a little twist. 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 Now, it's not a massive twist. You're literally just kind of encouraging your shoulder girdle around a bit. Keep your hips still. Good. Twist. And just enjoy how that left shoulder blade is sort of sliding away from the spine. And if you'd like to play around with it, maybe take your arm higher under your throat and sort of send it up a bit into the diagonal, because that'll get round into the back of your deltoid there. Is that nice, Liz? Sort of. 3, 2, 1, release. Wiggle your hips. Come on, Penny. Show me your bamboo leggings. And are you ready? Nelly the elephant had a sister. Left hand on your thigh. Your tummy's in. It's not a game of golf, Nick. Bend your knees. Swing. Fold forwards and throw your arm. Come on. They're going to catch it in the next street. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. This looks good. Do you mind if I kind of release this as an edited clip? 3 more. 2 more. And then catch it. Grab your arm. Bend your knees a little bit. Just kind of settle in. Now you're trying to splat that bicep against your chest. And then we've got a little twist with your hips still. It's not really about the spine. It's just about allowing your shoulder girdle to move a little bit. And just that lovely little tugging feeling in between your right shoulder blade. This left arm underneath is doing the work and pulling. So your right arm is out in front of you, hanging over. That's it, good. And then if you wish to, take it higher under your throat. Still got your tummy in here. A little bit of kind of tension in your tummy, just protecting you as you twist. Enjoy. If that doesn't get it for you, go a bit lower, play around with the height, the positioning. 3 more. 2 more. And release. Good. Marvellous. Have your band nearby. Stand at the back of your mat. Are we ready to rock and roll? Circle your wrists. So if you don't wish to roll down, you can step forwards and come down like that, and we will meet you on the mat. Breathe in. Engage your tummy lots. Roll your head, neck and shoulders. Pretend there's a rolling pin over your tummy or a barbed wire, and you're going, ooh, 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 ooh. Holding your tummy up so you don't touch it. Curling over. Toes are relaxed here. You're not gripping. Walk out with one hand and then the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find downward facing dog if you can do it. If you prefer to do this at the wall, you're welcome. Now, a slow heel toe. So if you needed less pressure on your wrist, you would do this at the wall. And as you roll through the feet, removing the arches, it's not all about the toe hinge. Think of lifting the arch and rolling the foot. Push the right heel towards the floor, turn the left foot over and gently press. Now you're not shoving. You're pushing back with your arms. You're sinking your ribs towards your thighs. Your tail is the highest thing on the planet. Your head is relaxed. But your left foot is turned over and there's not much pressure on it. Some of us need to stretch this foot area and ankle and shin more. Turn it over, change. So left heel towards the floor, turn your right tippy toes over. Scoot your tummy in. Sink your ribs towards your thighs. Give your head a shake. And then turn your foot over. Lower yourselves as if you're going to go onto all fours and then pause and levitate in neutral spine. Hold it here. Some of you will need to put your knees down. Some of you will be able to keep your knees up. Donkey kick your left heel up. Bring it down. Control donkey kick your right heel up. Control it down. Now spread those shoulder blades apart. Look down at the mat. Keep your head in line. Don't let it hang. You're doing an alternating donkey kick and your knees are about 1 millimetre off the floor. I'm going to come and measure the millimetre. Slow it down a little bit, Penny. I want a little bit more ooze. Keep your head lifted for me, Viv, and knees a bit lower if you can, Nick. I'm picking on you tonight. I'm enjoying your curtains. Last 2. 1 more, well done. And pop your knees down, sit your bottoms back. If you need a cushion behind your knees, please do. Reach back with your bottom, reach forwards with your hands. Relax your fingers and wrists and breathe. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Should we just stay here for a few minutes? Now, uncurl your spine, bring your band with you. Again, depending on the length of your band, Peggy, you lucky girl, this one's a bit nicer if your band is a decent length. I have been looking on the internet, thinking, well, these look a bit short. I wonder if I can get any longer. But the place that I get them from, this is the longest you can get, which seems a bit odd. So I need to do some more hunting. You're going to put it around your left foot in the middle, and you're going to lift the band up and cross it over. If, by the way, you get into this and you think, nah, Lindsay, I'm not going to do this, because it's going to be leg work. If you think you're going to find it too hard, or the band is too short and it hurts your wrists or whatever, then don't do it. You have got it round your foot, not strappy, it's a wide band. Cross them, so cross it over your foot, and then pop your foot behind you onto all fours and your hands, woohoo, on the band. Now, you need your heel of your hand on the band, otherwise it will fly out. And I've also got it between my thumb and my first finger, just sort of belt and braces, bit of support here. You're in neutral spine, your head is in line, your tummy is strong. Lovely. Are we ready? Without your pelvis twisting or moving or shifting. Let's give Nick a moment and Peggy a moment. It's like the colour of Hubba Bubba chewing gum, isn't it, that band? Do you remember Hubba Bubba? I think Liz maybe does, by the shake of her head. Yeah, bright pink bubble gum where you blew a big bubble. Boop. Are we ready? Left leg, or whichever one you're doing, squeeze your leg and push it out behind you. Now, it's not very high, it's horizontal, no higher, but your knee is straight. Control it in. Push out. Control it in. If the band is aggravating you, take it off. Push out, no leaning to the side. Bring it back in. Now think about your head, your neck, your shoulders. Now you've got the measure of it and you're thinking, oh, blimey, that's a bit of a shock to the system. Then you're thinking precision, chest open, shoulder blades apart, not letting your neck hang, tummy drawn in. Feel how it makes your tummy work more because the band is throwing you off balance. Last 3. Control. Squeeze 2. Control. 1 more, push back. Control. Sneak your hands nearer your knees and release it. And relax for a minute, knees wide. You can have your arms forwards or back, you choose. And then lift your pelvic floor, roll your pelvis under, uncurl your beautiful spine. Same again, other side. Now you know what's coming. You're going to be able to get into it in lightning speed. Foot underneath the band. Equal distance either side. Cross them over. Take your foot behind. Sneak your arms out in front of you. Boom, put them down. Quick. This is where I want another 6 inches of band. Take your hands a bit wider if you need a bit more sort of space for your knee. Are we ready? Relax your underneath foot, the one that's not doing anything. Find neutral spine, tighten your tummy. Good. Set your shoulders away from your ears and off we go. Push back, straight leg. Draw it back in. Maybe just flex your foot a little bit more, Viv. So when you push back with your heel and it'll hold the band there better. Yes. Good. What are you doing, Judy? Control. Nicely done. Don't let your pelvis twist at all, Lisa. So as that right leg goes back, think of the headlamp on your right hip pointing straight down to the floor. Squeeze the knee out behind you. It's in a lovely straight line. Your head position is much better this week. Excellent. Come on, Chris. Controlled glutes. Controlled abdominals. Last. And back. Good. 2 more, Peggy. Give me a smile. And walk your hands in towards your knees to release, and then take that nasty band off your foot. Oh, come down onto your forearms. Take your knees wide, take your feet wide, and just have a little forwards and back here. Relax your fingers and wrists. Stick your bottom out, tail up. So you're trying to create an arch in your lower back. It'll change the stretch in the inner thighs. There we go. Super duper. And then you're going to go down onto your belly. Now, if you can't go onto your belly, you're going to be on all fours. We're going to swim in the ocean in Mauritius. Have you got your goggles? Take your arms out, or don't, Joe. Don't take your arms out. Your feet are hip width. Your hands are shoulder width. You can be on all fours or on your tummy. I don't mind, but your pelvis is level. You've got neutral spine. If you're on your tummy, please tighten your knees, thighs, bottom. Take a breath in. And as you draw your shoulder blades down your back, you lift your head an inch. Now your palms are turned in, your thumbs are turned up. Your arms are kind of floppy. You're using your upper back already just to keep the head in the air. Use your tummy more if you need to. Take a breath here. Exhale, float up one arm, opposite leg. The leg is strong, the arm is soft. Inhale, bring them down at the same moment. Change legs, change arms. So you've got diagonal sides. Excellent. That's it, Noel. Good. So at the moment, you're exhaling to lift, inhaling to come down. You're floating the arm, squeezing the leg. And you're not rocking or rolling. The pelvis isn't moving. The ribs aren't rolling at all on the mat. The pressure isn't changing. If you wanted to make it harder and you're on all fours, then you're welcome to take your arm and leg in the air and go out and into the side to add on that lateral movement. However, if you are not wanting to do that on all fours, start to float up with your head, neck, and chest on the floor. So if you're lying down, now you can use your upper body as a weight. Exhale, inhale. So you're going to come a little bit higher. Now it will, by default, move down to your lower back and feel like you're working your lower back more. You're getting warm now. But if it hurts your lower back, then stay with the simpler lower ones. If it's okay, that's good, but I want your tummy in. So you exhale, float up with your head, neck, and chest. Inhale down. Exhale, tummy in. Inhale down. Exhale, tummy in. Stay with this if you want. Those of you that would like to, on your next one, you're going to lift the whole kit and caboodle. You can't do this, Joe Thompson. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift everything. That includes your pelvic floor, the low part of your tummy, your head, your shoulders, your arms. Bring your legs together. Sweep your arms wide, wide, wide. My ball's in the way. Down to your legs. Sweep your arms back round over the top of your head, shoulders are down. And again, your legs are still up, sweep your arms wide. It's like you're doing breaststroke, not breaststroke, you're underwater swimming and you've just been pushed off the side of the pool and you're going, whee! You're pulling your arms down by your side and going whiz through the water. And then back up again. One more time, pull wide and shoot through the water. Have you got your tummy in? Sweep your arms above your head. Relax everything down carefully. Turn your head to one side and have a little swing from side to side. Let your hips rock. From here, roll onto your side and go down onto your backs. So we're going to use the band or not. Joe, if you feel you need to roll onto your side and have a break, then do. You are going to have this band wide and strappy. You're going to bring your knees up and you're going to put the middle of it round your feet, both feet. And you can have your heels together, so they're in a V shape, heels together, toes out. And the band is around the ball of your foot, kind of big strappy bit around the ball of your foot. Yes, Penny, good. You might need a cushion under your head, Liz. It looks a little bit like your chin sticking up. You got anything? No, you're okay? If it feels tense, then just pop a little cushion under you. Now, you're going to have your hands either side of your thighs, and they're quite wide, but you're going to have your elbows on the floor, hands up in the air. So there's a 90-degree angle at your elbow. And the hands don't move. So they're not going to go up and down with your legs. They're just going to stay exactly where they are. Press your heels together for me. Are you imprinted or neutral? Imprinted. Yeah, back of your waist on the floor. So keep that feeling of lower back on the floor, waist on the floor, belly button south, and push your heels together. So even before we've set off anywhere, you are pushing your heels together quite actively. And can you feel your hamstrings working, the inner thighs working a bit, yeah? Straighten those legs out at a high angle. Your hands do not move, but you push your heels together. Your toes are turned out, and you've just zipped up your calves, your knees, your inner thighs. If it's too hard, you take your legs higher. Bend your knees wide, and as they come in, press your heels together. Go again. So we straighten, zip up the inner thighs. Bend knees wide. So your hands are wide so it doesn't get in the way of the band. And again, straighten and bend. So all we're doing is a straightening out of your legs into the band. It's sort of helping and it's sort of not. Push away. If you're really strong, you keep your tummy down, you keep your back down. You can go an inch or two lower, but I want you to be aware of keeping the inward pressure through the heels, through the inner thighs. Keep your neck as soft as you possibly can. Nice. Press. Let your knees come up and wide. Press in with your heels. Press in with your heels in both directions. Twice more. Good. One more. Now, Joe, if you want to rest, please do. Do not do this next move. Keep your legs in the air, folks. You're pressing your heels together. You might want the band a bit short so it feels kind of tight. And then, without your arms lifting up, you're going to take your chin towards your chest and then start to curl up. Now, can you let your legs go a bit lower and pull yourself up into the teaser? Yes. Heels are pressing together. You've zipped up your inner thighs. Now you've got a measure of it. Can you feel if you let your arms go how hard it is? But if you draw them in, how it kind of helps you, although it's a bit bouncy. And then roll your spine down one vertebra at a time till your head comes down. If this doesn't suit you, just do the legs. Bend in, knees wide. Straighten out, press your heels, chin to chest, curl up. Find the teaser, chest up, sit up tall. Have the band a bit low, hold the band a bit lower, Viv. You can do this. Take your legs a bit lower. Yeah, and come up. You can do it. There you go. Hands apart, heart lifted. And then lower yourself down. Don't let the legs come up. Woohoo! Head comes down and knees come in. Well done. Knees wide. Push your heels away. Only one more to go. Chin to chest. Lift your pelvic floor. Curling up. Find the teaser position. Shoulders are down. Heart lifted. Well done, Nick. Keep the legs pressing. Toes turned out. Those of you that want to, begin to lengthen your arms forwards. Feel how your tummy's doing more work. Chest up, up, up. Bring your hands back in. Now lower down. And bring your knees into your chest slowly. Take that nasty band out and have a little rest. Knees circle round, you see. Look at you. And circle around the other way. It's kind of your body just has to go, oh, hang on a minute, I don't know what I'm doing here. It trembles a bit and wobbles a bit. And you have to have a sense of humour about yourself, don't you? So you're going to get your band and you're going to fold it in half. Now, Joe, again, all we're going to do is curl our heads up, but with the band helping us. Depends. I can't see you in terms of whether you've got any peeking going on, but I'd be tempted. If you want to try the first part of this, you could. But if you feel at all anxious, you're thinking, nah, thanks very much, Lindsay, I'm not going to do it, then you're going to do pelvic tilts without using your legs, because we're literally just doing a curl up. So that would be your alternative. Or you could come onto your hands and knees and do that cat curl where you let the baby hang and then you draw it in and you're round. And yeah, so remember that. So if you've got your band and it's in half, you're going to put it behind your head and it's nice and strappy. And you're going to hold on to the ends. Now, if you want it, you don't have to fold it in half. You can have it sort of just long if you want, dangling. But it's going to help you. Your shoulders are set down your back, your elbows are sticking up in the air, and your hands are kind of near your forehead-ish, sort of shoulder width apart. First of all, tuck your pelvis under. So if you're just doing the pelvic tilts, you could just stay with that and release, and then do it again and then release. Now, if you're doing the head bit, you inhale, pull with your arms, retract your chin, curl up, and let your arms help you. And now press your head back into the band a bit. And then slowly come down. Keep the pelvic tilt, waist down. Inhale. Exhale, tuck under. Chin to chest, curl up. Let your head press back a smidge. And curl down. One more time. You're lifting your pelvic floor. Exhale, chin towards chest. Lengthen the back of your neck. Use your arms to help you. And fold one leg in. Fold the other leg in. You don't have to. Now, leave your legs there and roll back down. Inhale. Exhale, retract your chin, curl up with your head, neck, and shoulders. Drop your shoulders down. You're going into a kind of a crunch position. Control your head, neck, and shoulders back down again. Leave your legs where they are. Unless they're on the floor, fine. Curl up, 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 up. Inhale, down. Your next one's going to be slightly different. Inhale. Exhale. Curl, chin to chest, let the band help you up. If you want to put your head down, you can, or lasso the band over the top of your legs. Now, mine's a bit short, so I'm going to make it longer. Over the top of your shins, you've curled up with your head, neck, and shoulders. We'll be with you in a minute, Joe. And then you're going to press down, press down, press down. So your palms are facing the floor. Please keep your shins still. Make the band longer if you need to. You're imprinting. You're using your triceps. You're opening across the front of your collarbones. Very nicely done, folks. If you need your head down, have your head down. You can still have your legs in the air with your thighs a bit closer in towards you. And have your head down if you need to. And then press, press. Palms pointing flat to the floor. So you've got straight arms if you can, Noel. Keep your arms straight. Yes, there we go. Press, press, press. Shin still. 4 more. 3 more, 2 more, and release. Take the band off, cuddle your knees in, have a little rock from side to side. Good. Place one foot down, place the other foot down. You're going to roll onto your side. I don't mind which side, as long as we do both. Everybody okie dokie? Am I keeping you on your toes tonight? You're going to have your arm above your head. I've been dusting off the cobwebs, my mental cobwebs. Now then, you can either have this arm above your head, or if you need to, you can fold that arm and have it as a little rest. I would normally have my arm straight, but it seems to, last time I messed around with my ear thing. So I'm going to have my arm like this just so that I don't disturb the sound. So waist long on the top side, headlamp shining forwards. Have you got a natural arch? If you need to, Joe Thompson, you can bend your underneath leg for a bit of stability. So if you feel you need to do that, okay. You're right on the side of your ribs. And then you're going to take a breath here. Stretch your top leg and lengthen it at hip height. Feel like somebody's pulling it to the end of the room. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your underneath leg an inch or not, you choose. Legs a little bit lower, Noel. The top leg down a bit. Yes, good. Now, both legs at the moment, your knees are pointing forwards. I want both legs to turn out from the hip. So your knees turn out and your toes turn out and you'll feel your bottom squeezing a bit more. So you've got like a ballerina look, yeah? Are we ready, Chris? Start to scissor the legs forwards and back. Breathe in through the middle. Breathe out, scissor them apart. Breathe in through the middle. Try and keep that lateral rotation through the hip so that the thigh is spiraled round, the knee is turned out, the toes are pointing loosely. And then if you wish, you can take this arm up in the air. Don't let that top hip move at all. So as that leg goes behind you, Penny, as your right leg goes behind you, just really glue that right hip forwards for me. No, let it move at all better. Yeah, good. Those of you that want to lift your head off your arm. Those of you that want to lift your hand off the floor or even forearm off the floor. This shoulder Lisa down, the right one. The one that's this one. I think it's your right. Yes, that's better. Last two. Anchor the ribs. Gauge the core. One more time. Pause in the middle. Circle your top leg round. Go all the way up to 12 o'clock. Lift your underneath leg up and down. Circle the leg round up to 12 o'clock. And then underneath leg lift and lower. Circle the top leg round. Your waist hasn't dropped. Underneath leg lift and lower. One more time. Circle the top leg round. Is it turned out? Underneath leg lift and lower. Keep going. Underneath leg lift, lower. Try and imagine you're going inner thigh to inner thigh, heel to heel, toes turned out. 4, little gap under your waist. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend your knees up. Head in hands or bow and arrow or chalk rainbow. We're going to twist gently. So Joe, mid-range, not moving too much at all with the belly. Same for anybody with bone density issues. You don't force any kind of twisting, thank you. Just a gentle movement. But if you feel okay and you know your bones are okay, then you can go further. So you can either bow and arrow, big rainbows, or head in hands. And you could start to think about gluing your knees together and letting your head turn, but not letting your knees slide past each other. You could bend your top knee up and cross your underneath leg over its ankle so that your bottom leg is gluing your top foot down. You could hold your knee down with your hand. All of those are little adjustments. And then finally, remember the one that I really like, where you put your heel of your hand in your hip crease here, and you find the diagonal stretch, and then you push that thigh and hip away from you. Ooh. So you're playing around with it to get the right place for you. One more time. That looks very nice. Hopefully that feels real relief for your spine and your nervous system. And then from there, rolling onto your back again. If you've got a ball and you would like to use it, then you can put it underneath the back of your pelvis. If that throws your hips too high in the air and you don't want to, no bother. You're going to have your feet hip width and your knees hip width and your arms by your side. No use looking at the clock, Liz. Please, miss, is it time to go yet? Keep your pelvis level, relax your shoulders, get yourself in your room, lock the door, and don't go out. Take a breath in. I can't help but see you. Fold one knee up to 90 degrees. It's going to come down and land like a little feather, and then you alternate to the other leg. Now, alternating knee lifts, but one foot stays on the floor. You're not pressing into either. Your shoulders are back. Your arms are soft. You're floating in. Notice whether your knee is swerving across to the other thigh. Don't let it. Don't use your inner thigh. Make your core do the work. If you feel safe to lift your arms an inch off the floor and carry on with your alternating knees, you're welcome to come off the ball at any time. Are you breathing? Good. Those of you that wish, fold one leg in, keep it there. Take a breath, fold the other leg in the air 90 degrees. Keep the shins up for me, Lisa. And then if you can, float your arms up and hug a tree. Take foot to floor, lift it up. Other foot to floor, slow and smooth. Now at the moment, we're taking foot to floor, moving the whole thigh, pivot from the hip. Don't just let your foot drop, move your whole leg. Very nice. Good. If you wish, start to move the bowl of water further away from your bottom. So your leg becomes a longer lever and you're moving your foot further out each time. And if you want to, instead of taking your foot to the floor, you could take it out at 45 degrees, making sure that the static leg doesn't sneak in towards you as a counterbalance. And if you want to, you can do opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale, inhale. So you're fixing the neutral spine position. Your lower back has got an arch. There's a whole corset of strength holding you still. You're only moving one leg, one arm. Those of you that want to, double arms, single legs, we're nearly there. Good. How about double arms, double legs just for the last few? Oh my goodness. Big exhale, big exhale, big exhale. Pull the belly down. Yes, good. Inhale. And again. Good. One more time. Exhale. Soften your neck, your jaw, your face. Inhale. Come in. Bring your knees towards your chest. Rock your knees to one side. Catch your legs with your hands as you take the ball out. And then have a quick circle round. You could have your knees together or apart, don't mind. From there, you're going to roll onto your side, switch round to the other side, inside lying. It's only 7 more minutes, Liz. No, I've done this side before, haven't I? I think. Can anybody remember? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Peggy, you're normally the one that tells me. So you either bend your arm or you're not. Yes, I have changed sides. Phew. You okay, Judy? Where's she gone? For some reason, you keep not you personally, but lots of people keep jumping around. So I think I've got you, and I'm looking, and I go, where's she moved to? So maybe Judy's dropping out of signal or something. So you've got your ankles together, knees together, thighs together. You're right on the side of your body. You've got your waist lovely and long, your natural arch here. If you need a cushion, Joe, you've got one there, I think. And bend the underneath leg if you need to. Inhale. And as you exhale, stretch your top leg to hip height of Judy's back. Take a breath in. Underneath leg just lifted off the floor. Hello. Are you not joining in, Richard? From there, turn your legs out. Knees turned out, toes turned out. Hips are kind of open, but you haven't let your back arch or your ribs stick out. Are we ready, Chris? Scissor the legs. Exhale apart. Inhale as they move through the middle. Squeeze your thighs and scissor the other way. Settle and look forwards, softening your neck and your jaw and your face. Just putting all the power around your middle. Your corset is working. Inhale. Watch the underneath leg. It'll want to bend as it goes behind you. You're not going to let it. You've got this lovely turnout. Top hip facing forwards consistently. If you wish to, you can float this arm up in the air with your shoulder down. You could lift your head off your shoulder. You could lift your hand off the floor or even your forearm. Slide that top shoulder blade into your back pocket. And just check for me that your waist hasn't collapsed. That's good, Nick. Nice shoulder placement, nice head placement, looks good. Beautifully done. Anchor those ribs down a little bit, Chris. Yeah, just that feeling of, remember in class, I would always come around and kind of go, just tuck your rib cage down a bit, just a little millimeter. Yeah, looks good. That's it. And then pause, circle your top leg round. Woohoo! Take it up to the top. Did we do some circles first? Yeah, I think we did some circles first before we did, I can't remember, before we did the inner thigh bit. Anyway, we are now. Turn your knee out, turn your toe out. Change direction, penny, keep it really smooth. One circle up to midday, underneath thigh, lift and down. Circle round, stop at midday, underneath leg, lift and down. Circle round, up to the top, underneath leg, lift and down. Are you laterally rotating? Circle, pause at the top, and then lift the inner thigh and down. Twice more only, circle, underneath leg, lift and down. One more circle, round. Keep your toes turned out, knees turned out, lift and lower and release. Woo! We might have snuck in some extra ones on that side because my bottom aches. Are we ready? Head in hands, knees together, a cautious twist or a big twist. And you choose. Are you opening the book? Are you a bow and arrow? Or are you a big rainbow tonight? Don't worry if your knees slide past each other to start with. Don't want to rush the rotation. Let the spine find its own way there. And then when you've done a few and you think, oh, actually that feels all right, maybe you could bend your top knee up. Maybe you could cross the underneath ankle, the knee over the ankle, to kind of glue it down. And then if you wish, you can get the heel of your hand, put it in the crease of your hip and pelvis, push that away. So you're in this diagonal line and you're lengthening through your waist. Your arm might be off the floor, your hand might be lifted. Remember, when you're in a big twist or in a big stretch like this, if you put your hand on the floor, you lose the stretch a little bit because you've transferred the body weight to the mat or the floor. So just lift your hand off the floor a smidge and allow the stretch to develop in the chest. Good. One more time round. And then roll onto your back. Right, a couple of options because it's going to get a bit gung-ho in a minute. We're going to have a finale. Firework finale. So options are lying on your back, feet flat, take a breath in. You go from neutral spine to an imprint, and you either stay there or you continue up into a shoulder bridge. You choose, and then you roll back down. So when you do the first part, the pelvic tilt, you choose, do you want to use your feet, thighs and bottom and push, or do you want to use your abs? Then obviously you have to push into your feet a bit and roll up into a shoulder bridge and roll down. And then again, you choose, do you want to push with your feet, thighs or not? Tuck your pelvis under, find the imprint and then roll up. And take your arms over your head if you wish. And then roll down. Now, when you get down, inhale as your hands come to the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, curl up and see if you can curl all the way up into sitting. Now, you might have to grab your thighs, lift up tall, and then melt back down again. So we're going to mix together curling up with shoulder bridges, and I want you to pick what's appropriate for you. So for you, Joe, it's just going to be a pelvic tilt, flat feet and roll up into a shoulder bridge. Arms up and over, let them hang. Roll your beautiful spine down and enjoy the mobilization and the flow. And then your hands come to the ceiling, your chin comes to your chest, you curl up without too much force or shove, Sit up tall, lift up out of your hips and waist, flat back here. Yep, and then roll down. Curl, curl, curl. Tuck your pelvis under and roll. And then you bring your arms down by your side. So you choose whether you're doing the whole thing. Press with your feet, thighs, bottom, tuck under. Roll your spine up. It's such a flowing thing. Take your arms over. Just off the floor with your arms this time. Inhale. Hips are high, tail tucked under, ribs soft, and roll down. Keep the imprint. Inhale, hands to ceiling. And then curl up. Inhale, sit up tall. Those of you that want to push on, lean back a little bit, lift one foot, lift the other foot. Hold it. Now, can you could put your feet back down again. Grab your thighs, Lisa, if you need to. Pull yourself up. There we go. Can you leave your feet there and roll your spine down? Tuck your pelvis under. Take your time. Leave your legs exactly where they are, exactly where they are, exactly where they are. And when you get down, feet to the floor one at a time. Arms down by your side. Let's go one more time. Take a breath in. Push with your feet, thighs, bottom. Only about 2 minutes to go, Liz. Hang on in there. Roll up. Take your arms over. Are your feet flat? You haven't shoved into your heels. Roll your beautiful spine down. That might be all you want to do is shoulder bridges. Otherwise, it's inhale, hands to ceiling. Lift your pelvic floor, tuck your chin down. Curl your beautiful spine up, 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 up. Come up to sitting, lift up tall, lean back. Good, Joe. Bennett. And then lean back a little bit. Lift one leg, lift the other leg. Find your balance. Only if you feel safe to, you're going to have left hand to armpit twist and reach. Come forwards. Right hand to armpit twist and look. And forwards. Keep your feet still. Left and back. You're twisting your rotation through your thoracic spine. One more time each side. Turn and look where you're going. Inhale. One more. And then see if you can leave your shins level with the floor. Leave your heels resting on an imaginary chair and roll your spine down, slowly articulating your way through your waist, ribs, and then bring your knees into your chest. Yay! Feet go on the floor, legs go away from you, full body stretch out, dig your heels into the mat. Lift your hips in the air like you don't care. And wiggle. And flop. So if you need to roll onto your side, Joe, you can. Just a brief inner thigh stretch for those that wish. Soles of the feet together. Let your knees hang out wide. If you wanted an inner thigh groin stretch, Joe, you could actually go onto your forearms, couldn't you? And have your bum in the air and have knees out. You know, like a kind of a wide-kneed child's pose. You feel all right? Yeah, good. Let your knees just hang out, folks. Arms are floppy. Enjoy the weight of your head, neck, shoulder girdle sinking into the mat. Allow your belly to rise as you inhale and to fall towards your spine as you exhale. And again, breath in. Whew. Place your head in your interlocked fingers and with your spare thumbs, because your fingers are under your head, but your thumbs can go down the back of your neck, massage where the base of your skull meets your neck, almost on the bone, and go all the way out round behind your ears. And then follow the skull up into the apex, high up in the back of the neck, the axis. And then you can go wide again, and you're sort of rubbing across the muscle fibers, not up and down the neck, but kind of across. If you want to, you can turn your head one way and get your thumb stuck in on the top side. This might be nice, Liz, for you. And then turn your head the other way, get stuck in there. couple of deep breaths while you're doing this, just to finish off. That feels good, doesn't it? Not a tricep push-up in sight. Oh, could we do them now? Bring your arms down by your side. Use your hands to lift your knees in together. Engage your tummy as you roll onto your side. Use your hands to push yourselves up. Super duper. Well done, everybody. Good stuff.